Welcome back to another episode of The Fishbowl. It's actually a very special episode because this is number 10 that we've done consecutively, which is very exciting.
The most exciting news.
Yeah.
I meant to get balloons.
That would have been so
I
nice.
know, I didn't, but it's okay because they're like mentally.
Maybe we'll Photoshop some in or something,
Yes.
however you could do that, But yeah, I can't believe 10, this, started off still as just like a little side project thing we wanted to do just because, we thought we had, funny and interesting conversations and might as well share them with the world. But 10, I think it's a substantial number, maybe because it's just a round number.
I
don't
love
know,
it.
But it's good. That means 10 weeks that we've been doing it.
2.5 months.
So 2.5 months that we've been, and things have been changing, which is nice. I feel like we've gotten better at our questions, the conversations. The gear's been getting better. Production value with Julia's editing's been getting better. So I'm excited to see what, episode 50 looks like, episode 100 looks like, and see how it grows over time.
Me too. I'm really excited. I love it.
Yeah. How's your day going so far?
My day's going good. I got a great night's sleep. I feel like I got to sleep in a little bit, and I'll take it. And that's all you can ask for. It's that's what Saturdays are kind of for. For me, is to just catch up a little bit on sleep. That way, good weekend, go into a strong week.
I typically don't like the rain, but when it's like a rainy, dark Saturday, it almost invites you to sleep in a little 100%. Bit longer too. It's like, we got up early this morning with Nova when she was going crazy, and you look outside, it's dark out, it's raining, you're like, I could go back inside and in bed for a little bit longer.
It's the world saying, it's okay, you could snooze.
It's the weekend.
Catch up.
It's the weekend.
Versus, we woke up at 5:30 because our dog was barking. But it's like if the sun was out and shining, I would have potentially stayed. You're more inclined to stay out.
Yeah.
I don't know about today.
It's not guaranteed, but yeah. So we'll see. Tomorrow, big news. We got the Spartan Race.
Yes.
That's something we're very excited for. It's going to be raining like it is today. So we'll see how we power through that. We'll keep y'all updated on that.
With that being said, we're going to Dick's today to get all new wardrobes to power through the rain. We're still excited.
Wet wick, everything. So
I'm gonna have a blast. We're gonna
which is very much us, We're gonna crush it. But no, get at least me personally getting top of the line equipment before I even freaking.
We got into tennis. We had 45 minutes before our session because we had just booked it. They were we have one today in less than an hour. We're perfect. We'll take it. This one runs to 3 towns over. 30-minute drive almost to
top of the line shoes.
Brand new tennis shoes, pro athlete. I love it. I love the energy.
That's how I roll, I got the GoPro ready for this. We were going to Italy. We were we should get a GoPro about the top of the line,
all the attachments.
Yeah, used it once. You know what I mean? I'm I have very nice stuff. I just don't use it as much as I should. So for every trip we've ever gone on,
the honeymoon.
The story of our lives has been. We wish we brought the GoPro.
Right, that's our go-to line. We get settled, we get through security, we're on the airplane, we take a deep breath, we're about to take a nap and get on with the way. I don't know.
It's okay. But yeah,
Coffee.
Well, excited. We'll update you next week on how the Spartan Race went.
For sure.
Race, jeez. All right. Well, without further ado, and any more speech impediments popping up, let's get this party started, as Jules famously once said.
This morning. Ooh. Oh, it's me. I love it though, so it's okay. It's the one I put in here. I could tell. Oh wait, no, it's you. Speaking of the Spartan Race.
Oh, so I did write that down.
Yeah, so that works out. Our episodes just flow more and more into each other every single time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it basically says upcoming Spartan Race.
So what we were talking about, basically. But what it, is...
Break it down for us, Joe.
Break it down. Sorry, other way. Yeah. So it's a beginner level Spartan race. It's a 5K, so that's 3.2 miles, and it has 20 obstacles layered in between them. So, how this really started is we were just looking to do a little bit more challenging, more active stuff, and running was something we definitely didn't do a lot.
Push ourselves.
So to push ourselves, you set a goal, which is something like this, and we knew that if we didn't run leading up to it, maybe it'd be a little bit more difficult than it should be. She was laughing.
I forgot.
I've been, but she has.
I forgot to run. I'm not gonna lie.
But you're gonna beast the obstacle part.
100%. I'll be knocking people off.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding.
So we're excited. We were talking with one of our friends yesterday, Marissa, and she was like, "Oh, is that the one on the ski resort?" Which I was like, "Oh, maybe that's why the incline was rated so high." So I think we're gonna be running up a ski mountain.
I'm gonna be I don't know.
to do it. But yeah, so we're gonna beast this one, and then we're gonna do the 10K, and then we're gonna do the 50K. And by we, it might be me at that point.
Jeremy.
But we'll see. And J Rose.
Passing the torch to our friend.
But yeah, so excited for it.
I'm excited. So the obstacles are really cool. It's like, I feel like a grown-up's playground to the extreme. So it's like monkey bars and like rope grid climbing upwards. It's like a triangle and getting back down and like just really cool, fun things. That it's like a grown-up's field day. And I can't wait. Like, it's just going to be challenging for sure. But like, you have to find fun in it too. It's not just like, we're here because we want to be in first place and it's a competition and, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, we're having fun. We're doing something different. We're pushing ourselves to the limits. Like, let's enjoy it.
Also, going into it knowing, like, obviously, like, we're both a little competitive, but knowing we're not gunning for first place.
If we go for first place,
we won't. I'm just like, dude. There's people that do these, you know.
Like,
we're in like we're not even in the competitive heat. We're in like we're probably doing it with like 60-year-olds. So like,
more power to us. God bless.
Yeah. But yeah, excited. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, it should be Spartan Race again.
Stop.
I just forgot. Like,
Stop. It's been too long.
How great of an impact do you think nutrition has on overall health? I mean, you want to take this one or you want me to start with it? Because this is your field, so I don't know.
Well, whatever you want. Do you want me to go first?
All right, I'll start.
Oh, okay. I was ready to take it, but I want you to lead it. Go ahead.
I think it's critically important. I mean, to me, well, I mean, if we're talking, well, I guess, like, you know, let me think this out, but it definitely has impacts, like strong ties with your physical health. You know, I think like nutrition and fitness play the biggest roles in your physical health. But I think with your overall health, and if that encompasses like your mental health as well, you know, it has a very big impact as well. You know, also we were just reading in that magazine how like the gut is like connected to the brain through like that vagus nerve, and it was like, you know, when the gut's inflamed and you know, it sends like signals to the brain that could be, you know, anxiety inducing or depression inducing. And conversely, if you're somebody that, you know, is anxious or depressed, and you might also have like, you know, symptoms of like IBS and things like that. Whereas, you know, it was cool, like the studies we're talking about where like through like talk therapy, I forget what the word was. It was like if you could calm people's mind, it could also calm people's like stomach and like their gut. Sure. So I think there's a huge, you know, overlap, you know, between like the, you know, your nutrition and your physical health and your emotional, you know, health. But I mean, obviously, primarily on like the physical side of things. I mean, it's everything. I've just within this year, this past 5 months, we'll call it, I've been taking like my nutrition very seriously, and physically, I feel on top of the freaking world. You know, I feel better than when I was, you know, going harder in the gym, like in college. But eating, you know, or not having less of a focus on nutrition, like I feel better now, even though I'm a couple years older and, you know, regrettably saying like a little bit weaker than I was then, you know.
Not true.
But I feel,
but yeah.
well, weaker like weight wise, like in the gym, but like not by a lot. But I feel tremendously better, which is like the important thing to me. I mean, we always say everything goes back to living to 105 years old.
That's
so
the goal.
I'm trying to do whatever the hell I can do that's gonna get me to 105.
Totally.
But yeah, take it away, expert.
No, I mean, I honestly think, you know, I used to think more so that nutrition was just a piece of the puzzle, and I feel like the deeper I dive into like my career path, I'm just like, no, nutrition is everything. And like I used to feel less confident saying that or thinking that, but now I'm like, there are direct correlations to our overall health, our quality of life, our longevity, our everything that has to do with us being alive can be connected directly to nutrition. And so I think it's just like, you know, sometimes in conversation with like society or just people and communities, it's like so easy for people to, like, for me, look at me and say, oh, what are you ordering? Like our healthy one or our nutritionist, or like, what do you think I should do for this? And like, you know, almost like it's fun and it's gentle and it's playful, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like, it's always stemming from somewhere. So when someone kind of like throws a little comment about like, oh, you know, you're the healthy one, or like, oh, look, she's going to eat that, but I'm eating this and I don't care and it's all good. And it's like, is it though? And so it's just like, as we look at statistics getting so bad and like America's getting so sick, it's like nothing changes if nothing changes. And so that's what I keep more so recently been thinking about, is just like, we shouldn't even be laughing like, ha ha ha, like I'm gonna eat this like fatty burger and fried foods and it's okay and I don't care about my health as much and it's all good. But like, is it all good? And like,
it's not gonna be.
Are you okay with like setting yourself for a life that is going to lead to chronic disease? Because we know this. Like, science has showed this. There's no like, it's not subjective. There's nothing opinionated about it. It's like, if you choose to live unhealthfully, you will get sick and it will be your cause of death. You know what I mean?
And we were just talking about this in the car yesterday, whereas like, even if like, you know, medicine allows you to maybe live like just as long as if you had like a healthy diet, it's going to be that quality of life that makes the impact. I mean, who wants to live every day in this, you know, chronic inflamed disease state where you have to take medications just to try to get to some sort of like a normal like homeostasis, whereas, you know, the person that opted to live like the healthy life, like, you know, I know we go back to like the 105 thing, but let's just say, you know, you live like you retire at 65, even if you're going to live till, you know, let's just say the average person lives till 80. Like, do you want those 15 years to be, like, meaningful and have good quality? Or do you want them to be, like, basically, like, you know, we see older people all the time, bedridden, they need, you know, assistance, they can't get up anymore. So, like, you know, that's nutrition, that's fitness, that's...
stripped of functional health.
Yeah, exactly. There's no function to them anymore. So, like, I mean, to me, what's the point of even living at that point?
Right.
You know?
And I think that the main problem, and I don't even want to say in America, I think it's just like the world
It's
at
definitely
this point.
everywhere.
It's just the world. It's like the main problem is like people wait until their health is impaired to then take the steps to make their lives a little healthier. And so it's like, if we could just be a little bit more preventative and just like really like highlight and acknowledge the fact that like lifestyle will influence your health status. If we could just connect those and take it seriously, then we can eliminate so much of the problems that we see and so many terrible statistics, and like everyone could live healthier, beautiful lives, you know? And people just don't see that. And it's, you know, definitely a problem that started, I think, or maybe became more of a problem here in America first. But like, I've been reading recent research and like data collection that shows that here in America, we are like meat, like high protein, like this is what we want to eat. And versus traditionally other countries, like the Mediterranean diet is the classic example. Greece, Italy, any of those places in the Mediterranean. They were much so like fruits and vegetables and legumes and whole grains and more of a wholesome diet, and a little bit of meat, a little bit of red wine, a little bit of dairy, and minimal, if any, processed foods. That's how you sum up the Mediterranean diet. But now statistics are showing that even in these countries, as more people travel and connect and network and whatever, like cultures are starting to change. Now in Greece, they're seeing that people are eating meat at such a higher level.
Really?
Now the Greece diet, or going to Greece and eating healthily, might not be as healthy as we once thought. It is traditionally, a traditional Mediterranean diet is still proves to be healthy, but now meat intake is increasing significantly in Italy, in Greece, in all these places. And so it's just crazy to think about how like we kind of set that tone, you know, and America sets the tone for a lot of things. I mean, let's be real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like things like this, we don't want to be known for this. We
It's
don't
crazy because like,
this.
especially Greece, like such a poor country, like it'd be cheaper to. Well, it's true, you know. Like, why are you going out of your way to
That's
get?
the last thing I thought you'd say.
It's the truth, dude.
Is
There's so
that?
much. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And you know,
Tourism's all we got.
literally, and philosophy, but you can't fucking make money off of that.
We already made as much as we could off, you know.
You know, but it seems like it'd be like more expensive to have, you know, meat than like a grain or
It is.
based diet.
It is. Look at the prices right now during inflation. It just goes to show you could save money. If people were really budgeting now, and I know people are, but if they were like really thinking about how their dollar can make the most impact,
10-pound sack of rice and just
you
live
could
off of
literally
it.
just do plant-based like 1 to 2 nights a week for just dinner,
Yeah.
and you would still save money. Like eggs is the classic example. People are like obsessed with eggs, like especially like gym people, I feel like. But
Oh, absolutely.
you know, like why are we like so obsessed with eggs?
Because it's the only breakfast Like, I feel like healthy breakfast option.
And
That's a protein. Because, like, or else it's bacon, it's sausage, it's fucking, I don't even know what else. You know what I mean? And then bread and butter and stuff. And, like, or I guess, like, potatoes maybe. But, like, yeah, eggs and potatoes is the only relatively healthy option that you have for breakfast. That's, like, a staple.
And
most people don't eat oats. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, finish.
That's it.
And you know what I tell my clients? Your gut does not know the difference between if it's breakfast time, if it's lunchtime, if it's dinner time. You don't have to eat the standard farmer's plate American diet of like fried eggs, fried home fries, fried bacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to do that.
Well, you eat like quinoa, arugula, sweet potatoes for breakfast.
My newest go-to.
Your breakfast bowls are banging.
They're so fucking good. So I have like a sweet potato that I kind of like mash up. I keep the skin on always because it has so many great nutrients in it. Mash it up. I do some arugula. I let it wilt a little bit. Yeah, and the steam, go for it. And then I mash or keep whole some blackberries. And then I drizzle some agave. I have some cinnamon on top. And hemp seeds.
Hemp seeds.
And it's so good. And it's like 20 grams of protein. And you would look at it and say, oh my God, that's so heavy in carbs. I could never.
Yeah, and you would just think that's not a traditional breakfast.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, that's the breakfast of champions.
Yeah, so it's true though. I mean, people kind of get set in their ways of what's a breakfast, what's a lunch.
Yeah.
But like also speaking, like whether I was like eating meat or not, like I feel like at least in the beginning, I wouldn't be like appetized to like eat like a hamburger for breakfast.
Oh no,
like,
for
I don't
sure.
want that.
Some people do. It's crazy, but yeah.
Justine fucking
right.
dinner.
The leftovers. Yeah, listen. Some people just open the fridge and they're like, "It's time to eat."
Yeah.
No barriers there, and that's fine. But yeah, I mean, quinoa is like another powerhouse. It's a complete protein, which a lot of people do not know. It's a plant-based food that is a complete protein.
Ancient grain.
It is an ancient grain. It has all 9 essential amino acids, making it complete. And we just for some reason in society don't highlight that. But, that's a great breakfast staple. And quinoa is so light and versatile that you can pair it with fruit. It doesn't have to be with veggies or anything.
Yeah.
It's light
I
and airy.
agree. Like you wouldn't do or maybe you would, but for the most part it doesn't seem appetizing rice and in that. You know
it's
what I mean?
Heavier.
Rice and berries and agave, I don't
that's
know.
Weird.
But the quinoa for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe just because we don't have associations with it yet, because we don't eat not we, but everybody doesn't eat it a lot.
In high school once, I experimented with a rice omelet. I fried rice and then I put
eggs.
and
probably banging.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I've seen videos they do that in Asian countries. We'll have the little ball of rice, and then with the chopsticks, they twirl it and they place it right on top and then put that sauce on. It looks amazing.
It does. It looks like Michelin star.
Oh yeah, if I was eating eggs, that's how I would do it.
You know what I want to say to our viewers? If anyone has a connect to the Food Network, if we can implement a plant-based cooking show, competition food show, a Chopped, I would love that. Because I feel I learned so many great cooking techniques from watching the Food Network, and especially in competition shows, because it's so many different people all the time. It's not the same chefs. And they show us, they tell us about their background, they teach us their techniques, and it's from their family or where they're from geographically. And, it's so cool, and I love learning it. And then I'm oh, but I don't cook that, I don't cook that.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
But we watched that one episode, remember, in Vegas? I don't even know what show that was. Was it Diners, Drive?
Oh, with the restaurant? Yeah.
It was this town in Burlington, Vermont. This restaurant, and it was plant-based, and they were making this cashew nacho replacement, but it was all whole food based. It was nothing processed, and it was so good. And I'm if I could watch this every day, I would.
Yeah.
And so I just think we need to step it up.
Well, I'm sure there's YouTube channels that are whole food plant-based cooking, stuff of that nature. True. I'm curious on the competitive side of things. A, if there's enough people out there to make a sustainable show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And B, if there's enough ingredients out there to not get repetitive, if you do super strict whole food plant-based
yeah,
you know what I mean, eventually it does come up to the creativeness of the chef to make new and inspired meals, but you have such a smaller pool of ingredients you could cook with, those kitchens and Chopped would be just fucking vegetable pantry.
The grocery store
yeah, guys, fucking chicken.
Yeah, half of it's gone. Studio's cutting quarter now. But I will say, veganism in the past 8 years has increased by 600% and continues to rise. So, tables are turning.
Yeah.
I mean, let's cater to everyone. Inclusion.
Yeah. Veganism, whole food, plant-based, Same thing, different connotations.
Totally different. I'm surprised I just used that word. It's because I was thinking of something
I know. I try not to use it as much as humanly possible.
Vegan is a tarnished word. It's a tarnished word. It's cult-like, it's extremist, it's too much. It's been used too negatively. Whole food plant-based is the way to go, and it's how we talk about it, right? I mean,
and I feel like typically like people like, and I could be wrong on this, but to me it seems like, vegans do it for the animals, like whole food plant-based do it for the health.
That's true.
That's how I consider it. That's why I say whole. You know what I mean? Like, sorry to say, but like the animals aren't my top priority.
Yeah.
Like doing this,
It's a great plus.
It's a good plus for sure. Like I do it for my health. You know, like this whole thing.
No, that's true. I feel like when I first cut meat, it was because I was just like a little like skeeved out by it.
Oh, the rotisserie chicken.
Oh my god, it was bad. It was bad. I had to work at the hospital, so we didn't get Thanksgiving off, so we stayed in Raleigh for Thanksgiving instead of coming home. We got a rotisserie chicken from Costco because 2 people can't take down a whole turkey. And like we were sitting there eating, and I like mid-bite, mid-dinner, I was like, Joey, can you put that bird in the garbage? And
Just
he was
the carcass.
he's like, wait, like wrap it up, like to go, like shred it, and I was like, no, the whole thing, put the whole thing in the fucking garbage. And he was like, what? Why?
Thankfully, it was just $5.
Out of nowhere. Yeah, right. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just looked at it in that moment. That's literally my turning point.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck am I eating? It was too much. It was probably because the whole body was on the table.
Yeah,
like,
you could see it. It looked like roadkill.
Right?
Yeah.
Traumatizing. But like for me, I just got skeeved out. And then I'm like researching it. And I'm like, wait, why are we not all doing this? Why are we not all cutting out, or at least like cutting down our meat intake a little bit? And then, the health benefits outweighed like any sort of preference, which just eliminated the preference. It's not like we're tempted by it. It's kind of just like not interested. But second nature, like secondary came in like the love of animals. And then I started really thinking about like food on a plate once being like a living, cute little, like I think of Nova all the time. Like I squashed a bug in my windshield wipers once and I thought of Nova and I could have cried. And so like imagine like a plate of meat and I'm just like, guys, like, oh my god, that's so sad. But different story. But like totally. So whole food plant-based for health purposes, 100%. And just a lovely added bonus of saving cute little lives.
To wrap it up, nutrition is important.
Nutrition's important. It's the whole picture. Phone time check-in. Oh, you've probably been waiting for me to fish for this one. Luckily, we use my phone to record, so I can't pull up my statistics. Yeah. But I will say, just to kind of break it down, I did put my screen time lock back on.
Yeah.
And so our example last week was, for me, you were like, if the example is 8 hours of screen time per day, take a quarter of that and set that as your new limit. And mine actually was 8 hours on the dot. So 2 hours is my limit. And I've actually been following it. Because I feel like in the past I put it on and I was like, in the very beginning, very strict about like, okay, my time's up, that's it. And then I would kind of like a week into it or 2 weeks, I'd be like, fuck it.
Yeah,
and
ignore
like,
it for now.
Right. And so like now I'm very much so like, since the past 2 weeks have gone by, I feel like I put it on, I stuck to it. And it's allowed us to do more things. Yeah. We read in bed the other day. That's a big one. I'm proud of us.
Absolutely.
That's like something we've been taught. Like in Raleigh, we were trying to do that. That was like over 2 years ago.
Well, we only did it once or twice.
We did it like once or twice.
Yeah. Let's keep up with it.
No, I'm saying we've been trying for so many years.
Yeah.
But we only did it once so far, so we gotta stick to it. But I've just found that I've been able to be more productive in my day. And also like, I don't know, it turns on my screen limit and it's like, you're done for the day. And I'm just like...
For social media or for your phone?
No, for social media, but it's everything.
Yeah.
Even down to Pinterest, which is like my go-to, like previously I didn't have it on screen time and I would be like, oh, well, whatever. I'm not on like engagement type of social media, so it's fine. I'm creating my vision boards or whatever. But no, I mean, it definitely, I was like, put the kibosh to everything. But then it makes me turn off my phone because my phone's not as inviting when social media is a limit.
Yeah, I mean, what else the hell you gotta do?
I literally go on my photos and I'm like, what photos can I delete for extra space? And it's like nothing.
But see, we try to like fill that. Like that's how I feel like I was doing too. It's like I got rid of, the only ones I had to get rid of was just like Pokemon Go, Reddit, Twitter.
Well, you deleted them.
Yeah.
I put limits
right
on.
off the phone.
That's good.
Yeah.
The extremist again, but like in the best way possible.
I'm a very binary person. I'm either like yes or no, on or off. So if I'm gonna have them, and use them. And if I'm not, just get them off the phone.
I admire
it. Temptation. So, Yeah, I actually let's look at this.
Yeah, whip it out. Let's go.
Whip it out. Careful. All right, so let's go through screen time. Okay. We'll go to weeks. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, not bad. So
how much did you go down the percentage?
So I need to figure out how to go back from last week. So right now my daily average is 4.3 hours, which
great.
is down 10% from last week. But like so a little known fact, we missed last week. So this is actually 2 weeks I've been doing it now. So I want to see what. Oh, here we go. Okay. So last week was 5.9 hours. And then the week before that.
Mm-hmm.
5.4 hours. Wait, what?
So we'll figure this out next time because we're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're not gonna sit here in silence, but it went down, which is good. And so, what do you think were kind of like the benefits of going down on your screen time? What did you do in the meantime?
I think it's not really like what I filled my time with. I think it's just like, well, like I was definitely less distracted throughout the day, like during the work day and whatnot.
More productive then.
Yeah, I caught myself a lot more like looking at my phone. Like, what am I even gonna do with this? Like when I open it up. Mm-hmm. So I like trying to like break that habit. Like the next metric I want to like decrease is like, that phone time is going down. I want to do like the what is like the pickup time or whatever.
Yes.
It's like, 200 times a day you look at your phone. That seems like a lot.
Yeah, there's literally an app for it. My friend who listens to the podcast heard one of our episodes and she texted me, was like, there's this app and it tells you can set it to certain apps specifically.
Yeah,
like
I just want to be the phone. I just don't want to even see my locked screen. That's, you know what I mean? Because like most times I just look at it, I'm like, I have nothing to do. It's just a habit at this point, So I think doing that. I did catch myself, like, I'll just like scroll, like I was telling you, like, Google will like have like suggested articles to read. So I'm like, oh, like, I'm bored. Like, let me just scroll the articles. But like, that's like, I feel like it's not the best. It's still like having a habit of like looking at my phone to fucking fill my time. Whereas like, that's what I'm trying to break. Is like relying on that.
Well, then I think it comes down to like being intentional with what we use our phones for. Because the phone could be like a great resource for like, obviously like calling people or a GPS when you're on the road or staying connected with people or educational things. But like, if we don't have the intention to pick up our phone and do something, then we're aimlessly using it and it's not being productive and it's not effective for anything.
Listen, if I wasn't in sales and needed my phone, I would leave it in a different room all day. But
smart,
people call, I need to call people call me, my boss calls me, I need to use the phone, unfortunately, About to pull a Jeremy and just buy like a flip phone.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. But,
I know. Mine's like such a safety thing for me. Like, I will not leave the house. If I don't have my phone, I will turn around and get it.
Well, of course. That's huge.
But like, I'm sure it would be nice. I like can't even imagine before cell phones. Like, I literally remember being a little girl when my mom got her first cell phone. It was like a flip Nokia. Snake was like the only game on it. And I used to be like, get it. And like, it was so fun. But like, prior to that, like, what did adults do? Like, payphones?
That's nuts to me.
That's nuts.
Imagine you had to write down directions. Like, the internet was around.
What do you do if you're on the side of the road and you're out of gas or your tire blew out? Or, well, how the fuck do you connect? Like, what do you do? Wait for kind soul to come over? Yeah. Like, that, to me, that's like...
Yeah, I don't know. I think for that reason, you probably didn't, like, travel as far as frequently, because you only have, like, a safe circle that you could go.
Like, you can't even
you have to walk to the closest payphone,
My grandparents literally went cross-country to Vegas from here.
They're sick bastards.
They're sick fucks. But, like, how did you, like, securely do that? I don't know. I guess I'm blessed that I live in this day and age.
Yeah.
But this is our norm because we grew up with it, so it's a little different. But yeah, I mean, technology has and continues to elevate us all in life with some minor drawbacks and consequences, dirty consequences, but it's fine.
Yeah.
For sure.
You want to grab another one?
Yeah. All right, let's do it. We'll make this the last one. I think I'm addicted to caffeine. Wow.
Oh, wow. I threw that
For sure.
As I said, third cup of coffee.
Right.
You know what made me realize this is I was when we stopped drinking coffee and I drank tea, and I only had like 1 or 2 a day, and I just wasn't sustainable.
The viewers know the matcha tea.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We know all about your tea journey.
And I was just
not coffee.
yeah, that's what happened. My body just rejected it right away. I was just, I don't think it's necessarily a good or bad thing. I don't drink as much as I once did, like today, if I did
for sure
3 cups today, like that, so be it. Like I probably won't have another one unless, when we're out and about, treat ourselves to some Starbucks. It's nice, but
to coffee. Starbucks, or you're falling off my list, but continue.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know. It's just like something that like has always come back. Like stop nicotine, easy enough. Stop freaking using social media. Stop eating meat. Stop drinking booze. Like I've done everything that's like you would consider like pretty hard to do for like, and it's not just like a week. I mean,
you've done it in 3 months.
It's over. It's over 100 days.
Yeah.
Like I've looked at that since I stopped meat
Good
and
for
drinking.
You.
And
high five, dude.
thanks.
That's sick.
And like nicotine's been, that was something I've done since I was probably like 15 years old, like consecutively till we stopped our honeymoon in September of last year. And even that was easier. And to me, I'm like always going back to like.
Well, you know why? I feel like if all those other things you cut out, you feel so much better, but you feel the difference. Like you can like, when nicotine, it's like, okay, my lungs are a little bit lighter, like I feel a little bit better. Caffeine, it's just my eyes are heavier now.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm trying to be more productive in work and life. What is this doing?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Cutting meat, going to the gym where you feel better. So
yeah.
Why would I want to go back to past ways? Caffeine, the fuck, I want to be at work.
You're so
Wake me up.
Dude, that's like honestly the best way to put it is like that's why it's so hard. And you don't think it's necessarily unhealthy for you, which I don't know if it is or isn't, But like all the other things, like at least in my mind, I'm like unhealthy, cut it.
Yeah.
It's more like I'm intentionally taking something that I like away for for what reason? I don't know.
And that's restriction.
Yeah.
So it's not sustainable then.
Exactly.
And we're in it. So, like I tell everyone, like if you're making any sort of dietary or maybe even just lifestyle change, always ask yourself before beginning, can I do this for the rest of my life? And if the answer is no, then don't do it. Because you're going to it's going to backfire you on some way down the line. It's not going to work out. And you're going to revert back to old ways. So restriction, don't even start.
Yeah, and that's what it would be. It would totally be restricting.
Right.
Caffeine.
I think coffee is healthy for you. Let's think about it. It's a bean. It's a plant. It's grown and harvested, just like legumes or anything else that we would consider healthy. And it has some caffeine, and we like that. But I think that people who are addicted to 6 to 8 cups of coffee a day. Okay, anything too much is not good, right?
Yeah,
everything in moderation
is huge.
So I think that, with that in mind, I think 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day could be really good and helpful for us. I think 6 to 8 is extreme. I also think what we put in our coffee plays a major role. So even if it's like a sugar-free, fat-free, creamer, blah, 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 dairy-free, that's great, but what's making it still sweet after sugar-free or still creamy after fat-free? And so now what are we putting in it? So I think what you put in your coffee is just as important as how many cups you're having, and these are things that can make it healthy or an unhealthy habit.
It's the fat and stuff that makes it creamy.
Well, have you ever had skim milk versus whole milk? It's watery versus
I feel like my mind's blown. How are fat-free things creamy?
Well, you know what I mean? It's with dairy, fat-free, it's not more protein or more,
There's some
lactase.
filler in there that makes it just
it's
thicker.
the fat content that's being stripped. That's it.
Yeah, so how does it stay thick with not something's
what
put into it?
What are they putting in there?
Yeah,
that's what you need to be asking yourself. Right.
Oh, shit. I feel like it's been really, a good change for me. It's before I have coffee, I drink water, which is,
incredibly.
I think that's been, if I'm going to continue drinking it, I've been, mindful on, don't let it be the first thing I drink in the morning. Because,
so smart.
especially when we first did the tea thing, I was like, hey, I hate waking up and being it's a coffee pot.
Right.
So, now I'm I look forward to chugging that. I don't know why I put numbers to shit, but I'm 10 gulps is, what I do with water.
Yeah.
So I just sit there and, even if I'm thirsty or not, just 10 gulps. Yep. Ultimately, I always feel better after doing it. And then I'm weird. I'm walking downstairs and put the coffee machine on.
And also, do you feel like it sets the tone for the day, hydration-wise?
Absolutely.
I feel like if you if you drink water when you first wake up, you're so much more inclined to drink water.
It definitely makes you thirsty throughout the day.
Right.
I swear to God. And coffee, like, dude, it's like, it dehydrates you. And I feel like when it's the first thing, like, there must be a study where, like, if I start my day with coffee, I am, like, maybe my mouth's dry, but I don't feel like I need to drink water. Whereas when I start my day with water, like to what you said, I need to drink water the entire day.
100%.
That's
it
interesting.
sets the tone.
Yeah.
I used to tell my patients all the time in North Carolina, like, if they needed to increase their hydration intake, I would be like, start, like, before your feet hit the ground, like, have a water bottle or something on your nightstand and chug it when you wake up in the morning. And they'd be like, oh, you just want me to, like, you're mentally trying to get me to drink more water and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, your mouth, you will literally be so much more thirsty throughout the day if you start drinking first thing in the morning. And also, it just, like we said, it helps you wake up. We said this episodes ago, and I think multiple times.
Yeah.
But, like, starting your day with water, fresh air, movement, it's like the holy grail.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna have a good day. Your body is gonna be ready to take on whatever comes your way.
Gonna run through a goddamn
when you're
wall.
ready, yeah. It wakes you up. We're awakened. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of which, this is my first liquid of the day, so shame on me. But I usually start every single day with a 32-ounce Nalgene water bottle.
Yeah.
And so I drink that throughout my workout, and I do not have coffee prior to working out. Because I feel like my body needs to, like, naturally get in, like, the adrenaline, like...
Yeah, don't supplement it. It's just a crutch you're giving it. It's like, oh, you don't need to be awake. I'll help you out here.
Right. And I forget, I think you told me that you read somewhere, or maybe it was that Dr. Kuberman, but, like, you shouldn't have coffee within the first, like, hour of waking.
Yeah, he was saying something that, like, you really don't process it. Like, you don't want to, I guess, like, extract the caffeine or metabolize the caffeine as much as, like, you would after that fact.
Right. And, like, our cortisol levels are, like, highest when we first wake in the morning. So I feel like we almost need to, like, let our, like, body and hormones, like, settle out. You know what I mean? And, like, come back to a baseline before we, like, shoot ourselves with caffeine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I would like to say that, but, like, for me,
feel tired
going to the gym, like, 5:30, like, I need the supplement. You know what I mean? Like, I need that 200 milligrams of caffeine.
I know.
Or else I just wouldn't have good workouts. You know? Or I say that. Maybe I should try it.
Yeah.
Regardless. All right.
Good.
Episode 10. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you have any feedback or any suggested topics, slide in one of our DMs. Slide in us. I don't have any.
Joey's not on social media, but you can email me, juliademiliox@gmail.com. You can message me on TikTok, Instagram. It's pretty much all I'm on. And we'd love to hear from you guys.
See you next time.